Worst audition story. Okay, so I was working as a bouncer late at night, but I did that so I could still have my days free because I would power through an audition, but it would be impossible for me to power through work. Like, but an audition, I'll do it. I'll make it happen, like no matter what my battery level is. So I was working late one night. I get off work at 6 a.m. 9 a.m. call for this Budweiser True commercial. And I just turned 25, so I was just able to be able to audition for beer commercials. I was stoked. They were a lot of money. They were kind of cool. Like, but in the past history of my commercial auditions, I was never the guy that gets called in to be like, Pepsi Cola, with like the hot girl like on the beach. Like, that's not me. You know, I'm like, Pepsi Cola, like I'm like the crazy fat clown. I'm like, the stuff that they would give you would be so ridiculous. It got more and more degrading and more stupid. You know. I'd be like the guy, like, I actually did one commercial where it was for, where like I see a hot girl and I'm eating Cheetos and then I wipe the sweat off my forehead and I leave Cheeto marks and it's like paper towels, 59 cents, like whatever, but like, I don't get the guy that, you know, I'm the guy that trips, not the guy that gets the girl in the commercials. So I go, this is a perfect example, is this one that I went in for. It was the very last commercial audition that I went on for 8 years. I recently started doing, you know, some again, but like 8 years I had a break because of this one commercial. I walk in and I'm half asleep. It's like 9 o'clock in the morning. My Polaroid was like, I must have been like completely like half asleep. I walk in and it's these 3 like fit dudes and then me. And I'm like, okay, like what's happening here? And they're like, all right, so here's the situation. You guys are all at a party, like a pool party, okay? And everybody's having a really great time. So pick up your beer bottles. Go ahead, and we have like these, you know, empty beer bottles, and like they're like, okay, so now everybody take your shirt off. And I'm like, I was like, what? And then everyone starts taking their shirt off like real quick. These dudes that like probably take their shirt off every freaking audition are like taking their shirts off. They've got like cajillion packs, like just like totally shredded. And then I'm like, okay. And then they're like, now, they're like, go ahead, Daniel, like, take your shirt off. And I'm like, all right, dude, be a man, like, whatever, it sucks, like, let's do this. Like, I take my shirt off, and I'm sitting there, like, my official beer belly. And they're like, okay, so now you 3 guys with abs, like, get on this side of the room, and what we want you to do is we want you to just look at him, and you, Daniel, just go crazy. Just really show us how chubby you are. Just shake it all up, and, like, let it get, like, it's hysterical, like, just go for it, okay? And let's get him some music, and it's like happening so fast, and I'm like crying uncomfortably like Coco in Fame, and just sitting there like, oh. And they're like, okay, are you ready? And they're like, let's go, and they're just like, and all of a sudden I'm just like, the next thing I know, I'm strip teasing for like these Budweiser executives, and they're like, okay, now great, now you guys with abs, look at him, like, what the hell is that? And it's gonna say Budweiser True. Okay, like, and so I'm like, I do the whole thing, and then they make us do it again. And then I walk out of there, and it's like 9:30 at this point, or 9:45, and I hit the light of like the city, and it's like bustling, like Union Square, and I'm just like, I feel like so dirty. I like wanted to like go shower and just like cleanse myself, and I was just like, never again. So I refuse all parts that require me to relinquish my dignity for residuals. I won't, and I haven't done a commercial since.